The year was 1939, a year that would soon be etched into the annals of history. Across the globe, an uneasy tension gripped the hearts of millions, a palpable sense of dread that something monumental was on the horizon. The memories of a devastating war, a war that had promised to end all wars, still lingered in the air, haunting the collective consciousness of nations. Yet the seeds of conflict had been sown again, taking root in the fertile ground of resentment, ambition and fear, sprouting into a new and terrifying reality. From the bustling cities of Europe to the remote islands of the Pacific, the world braced itself for another descent into chaos, a chaos that seemed both inevitable and unstoppable. This time the stakes were higher, the consequences more dire, as the spectre of war loomed larger than ever before. This was a war that would engulf the entire planet, leaving an indelible mark on the course of human history, a mark that would be felt for generations. The world watched as the shadow of war crept across continents, casting a long and ominous shadow over the future of humanity. In the heart of Europe, a wounded Germany, still reeling from the humiliation of defeat in the Great War, found solace in the promises of a charismatic leader, a leader who spoke of redemption and resurgence. Adolf Hitler, a master of manipulation and fueled by a dangerous ideology, rose to power, promising to restore Germany to its former glory, a glory that many longed to reclaim. His words, laced with venom and nationalistic fervor, resonated with a population desperate for hope and a return to greatness, a greatness that seemed just within reach. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the United States, scarred by the Great Depression, clung to a fragile isolationism, hoping to stay out of another European conflict, a hope that would soon be shattered. But the flames of war, once ignited, would prove impossible to contain, spreading like wildfire across borders and oceans. The world was interconnected, bound by a web of alliances and enmities, and the actions of one nation would have ripple effects across the globe, effects that would be felt far and wide. The stage was set for a clash of ideologies, a battle between freedom and tyranny, a struggle that would determine the fate of nations and reshape the geopolitical landscape for generations to come. This was not just a war between countries. It was a war for the very soul of humanity, a war that would challenge the core values and beliefs of civilizations. It was a war that would test the limits of human endurance, the depths of human cruelty, and the unwavering spirit of resistance, a war that would ultimately define the essence of human resilience. The Munich Agreement of 1938, signed by Britain, France, Italy and Germany, was a desperate attempt to avoid conflict, but it only emboldened Hitler's ambitions. In Asia, Japan's invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and subsequent aggression in China set the stage for a broader conflict in the Pacific. Italy, under the fascist regime of Benito Mussolini, sought to expand its empire, invading Ethiopia in 1935 and aligning itself with Nazi Germany. The Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, further polarized Europe, with Nazi Germany and fascist Italy supporting Franco's nationalists, while the Soviet Union backed the Republicans. The Soviet Union, under Joseph Stalin, signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact with Nazi Germany in 1939. A non-aggression treaty that shocked the world and paved the way for the invasion of Poland. The invasion of Poland on September 1, 1939 by Germany marked the beginning of World War II, as Britain and France declared war on Germany in response. The world was now plunged into a conflict that would span continents and oceans, a war that would test the resolve and resilience of nations and individuals alike. To truly comprehend the magnitude of World War II, one must delve into the ashes of its predecessor, World War I, which set the stage for the global conflict that followed. World War I, often referred to as the Great War, had ended just 2 decades prior, leaving behind a trail of devastation and unhealed wounds that would fester over time. Millions lay dead, empires crumbled, and a continent grappled with the physical and psychological scars of a conflict unlike any other in history. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to ensure lasting peace, instead sowed the seeds of resentment and instability, particularly in Germany. Germany, burdened with crippling reparations and forced to accept sole responsibility for the war, became a breeding ground for anger and resentment, fueling a desire for retribution. The economic hardships, coupled with a sense of national humiliation, created a fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root and flourish. In this climate of disillusionment and despair, charismatic leaders emerged, exploiting the vulnerabilities of a wounded populace to gain power. Adolf Hitler, a skilled orator with a talent for tapping into the darkest recesses of human nature, rose to prominence in Germany, promising to restore the nation's former glory. His National Socialist Nazi Party, peddling a toxic mix of nationalism, anti-Semitism and promises of restoring German greatness, found a receptive audience among a people desperate for a way out of their despair and economic hardship. Across Europe, similar sentiments echoed as other nations grappled with the aftermath of the war and the challenges of a rapidly changing world, leading to political instability and the rise of authoritarian regimes. In Italy, Benito Mussolini, a former journalist, seized power, promising to restore order and revive the glories of the Roman Empire, appealing to national pride and a desire for stability. His fascist regime, characterized by authoritarianism, nationalism, and the suppression of dissent, provided a chilling blueprint for other dictators to follow, setting the stage for further conflict and turmoil in Europe. The 1930s witnessed the ominous rise of totalitarian regimes across Europe and Asia. This decade marked a period of intense political upheaval and the emergence of dictatorial leaders who would shape the course of history in devastating ways. In Germany, Hitler consolidated his power, transforming the country into a militarized state driven by a twisted ideology of racial purity and expansionism. His speeches, filled with vitriol and grand promises, captivated a nation reeling from economic hardship and national humiliation. The Nazi Party, with its chilling symbols and ruthless tactics, tightened its grip on all aspects of German life, crushing opposition and silencing dissent. The Gestapo, Hitler's secret police, instilled fear and ensured that any form of resistance was swiftly and brutally dealt with. In Italy, Mussolini's fascist regime, having already established its grip on power, embarked on a campaign of military aggression, invading Ethiopia in 1935. This invasion was a clear demonstration of Mussolini's imperial ambitions and his desire to restore the glory of the Roman Empire. This act of unprovoked aggression exposed the impotence of the League of Nations, the international organization formed after World War I to prevent future conflicts. The League's inability to take decisive action against Italy's invasion highlighted its weaknesses and emboldened other aggressive powers. Meanwhile, across the globe in the Far East, Japan, driven by its own imperial ambitions, embarked on a path of military expansion. The Japanese government, heavily influenced by its military leaders, sought to dominate Asia and secure the resources needed for its growing empire. The Japanese military, increasingly influential in the government, saw conquest as a means to secure resources and establish regional dominance. Their aggressive expansion into neighboring territories was marked by brutal tactics and a disregard for international norms. These totalitarian regimes, each with their own particular brand of tyranny, shared a common thread: a disdain for democracy, a belief in violence as a tool of statecraft, and a thirst for power that knew no bounds. Their propaganda machines worked tirelessly to indoctrinate their populations and justify their actions. Their ideologies, fueled by propaganda and fear, poisoned the minds of millions, setting the stage for a global conflict that would test the very foundations of civilization. The relentless spread of their toxic beliefs created an atmosphere of tension and mistrust across the world. The world watched with growing apprehension as these aggressive powers flexed their military muscles, testing the resolve of democratic nations and violating international norms. Diplomatic efforts to contain these regimes often fell short, leading to a sense of impending doom. The storm clouds of war were gathering, and the world held its breath, bracing for the inevitable. The stage was set for a conflict that would engulf nations and change the course of history forever. On September 1st, 1939, the world watched in horror as Hitler unleashed his war machine on Poland, marking the beginning of World War II. The Nazi blitzkrieg, a lightning-fast military tactic combining tanks, planes, and infantry, overwhelmed the Polish defenses, crushing all resistance in its path. 2 days later, Great Britain and France declared war on Germany, marking the start of a global conflict that would span 6 long and bloody years. The world watched in disbelief as Europe, still scarred from the horrors of the previous war, was once again engulfed in flames. Civilians braced for the impact as air raid sirens became a common sound in cities across the continent. The initial phase of the war was marked by a series of stunning German victories. The Wehrmacht's strategy of rapid, decisive strikes left their enemies scrambling to respond. Employing their blitzkrieg tactics to devastating effect, the Nazis conquered Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg in rapid succession. The seemingly invincible German war machine then turned its sights on France. The French and British forces were caught off guard by the ferocity and speed of the German advance. The fall of France in June 1940, after a mere 6 weeks of fighting, sent shockwaves across the globe. The once mighty French army lay in ruins, and Paris fell under Nazi occupation. The speed and brutality of the German advance left Great Britain to stand alone against the Nazi juggernaut. The British, under the leadership of Winston Churchill, prepared for a desperate defense, knowing that the fate of the free world hung in the balance. Section 5. The Human Cost. World War II was a conflict of unimaginable scale and brutality, leaving an indelible scar on the human psyche. It was a war that touched the lives of millions, not just on the battlefields but also on the home fronts, in occupied territories, and in the hearts of those who lost loved ones or witnessed the horrors of war firsthand. The war claimed the lives of an estimated 70 to 85 million people, making it the deadliest conflict in human history. Civilians bore the brunt of the suffering, often caught in the crossfire, targeted in bombing raids, or subjected to the systematic brutality of occupying forces. The Holocaust, the Nazi regime's systematic genocide of Jews and other minority groups, stands as a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity. Millions were murdered in concentration camps, victims of a twisted ideology that viewed them as subhuman. The horrors of the Holocaust, documented in harrowing detail by survivors and liberators, serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of civilization and the dangers of unchecked hatred and intolerance. Beyond the staggering death toll, the war left countless others physically and emotionally scarred. Soldiers returned home bearing the invisible wounds of war, post-traumatic stress disorder, survivor's guilt, and the haunting memories of battles fought and comrades lost. Civilians too carried the weight of trauma, having witnessed unspeakable atrocities, endured years of deprivation, or lost everything in the fighting. One survivor, Anna, recalls the day her village was bombed. She lost her entire family and spent years in a refugee camp, haunted by the memories of that fateful day. Veteran John Smith shares his story of survival, describing the harrowing experience of being trapped behind enemy lines and the comrades he lost along the way. Children like little Mariah, who spent her early years in bomb shelters, grew up with the constant fear of air raids and the loss of innocence that war brings. Despite the immense suffering, stories of resilience and rebuilding emerged as families like the Thompsons worked tirelessly to reconstruct their lives from the rubble. Now, Section 6. The Enduring Legacy. World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, cast a long shadow over the 20th century, shaping the geopolitical landscape and leaving an enduring legacy that continues to influence the world today. The war's aftermath saw the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers, ushering in an era of Cold War tensions that would define international relations for decades. The formation of the United Nations in 1945, with its mission to maintain international peace and security, represented a global commitment to prevent the horrors of another world war. However, the UN's effectiveness was often hampered by the divisions between the superpowers and the persistence of regional conflicts. The war also had a profound impact on the global economy, leading to the establishment of the Bretton Woods system, which created the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund to foster economic cooperation and stability. The Marshall Plan, a massive US aid program, helped rebuild war-torn Europe, laying the foundation for decades of economic growth and integration. World War II also accelerated social and political changes, including the mobilization of women to work in factories and shipyards, challenging traditional gender roles and paving the way for greater social and economic equality. The horrors of the Holocaust and the fight against Nazi tyranny also fueled the civil rights movement as people around the world demanded an end to discrimination and prejudice. The war also accelerated decolonization, leading to the independence of many nations and reshaping global politics. In Europe, the desire to prevent future conflicts led to greater integration, eventually resulting in the formation of the European Union. Technological advancements spurred by the war also had long-term impacts, driving innovation in various fields and leading to the space race. The legacy of World War II continues to shape global politics and society, influencing international relations, economic policies, and social movements to this day. Section 7. Understanding the Past, Shaping the Future. The study of World War II remains as relevant as ever, offering valuable lessons about the dangers of unchecked nationalism, the fragility of peace, and the importance of international cooperation. By understanding the complex causes and consequences of this global conflict, we gain insights into the challenges facing the world today and the importance of safeguarding democratic values. The rise of populism, nationalism, and authoritarianism in various parts of the world serves as a stark reminder of the ever-present threat to democracy and the rule of law. By studying the rise of totalitarian regimes in the 1930s, we can better identify and counter these dangerous ideologies and work to protect the institutions and values that underpin a free and just society. Moreover, the lessons of World War II underscore the importance of diplomacy, dialogue, and the peaceful resolution of conflicts. The devastation wrought by the war serves as a constant reminder of the human cost of conflict and the need to seek common ground, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable differences. By learning from the past, we can shape a future that prioritizes peace, justice, and cooperation. Engaging with the stories of those who lived through the war, we ensure that the lessons of history are passed down to future generations. Honoring the sacrifices made and remembering the fallen, we commit to a world where such a conflict never happens again. And Section 8, A Story Yet Untold. The story of World War II is vast and multifaceted, encompassing countless individual stories of courage, sacrifice, resilience, and loss. It is a story that continues to unfold as historians uncover new documents, archaeologists excavate battlefields, and families share the stories passed down through generations. This chapter aims to shed light on the untold stories and lesser-known events of World War II, exploring the hidden heroes, the covert operations, and the forgotten battles that played crucial roles in the conflict. From the ashes of a world consumed by conflict emerged a new global order, one shaped by the sacrifices of millions and the enduring hope for a more peaceful future. In the chapters that follow, we will delve into the intricate web of events, the clash of ideologies, and the human stories that shaped this epic struggle. We will explore the rise of tyranny, the horrors of war, and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. By understanding the past, we can better navigate the challenges of the present and work towards a future free from the scourge of war. In the aftermath of World War II, the world faced the monumental task of rebuilding and recovering from the devastation left in its wake. Cities lay in ruins, economies were shattered, and millions of lives were irrevocably altered. The physical and emotional scars of the conflict ran deep, yet amidst the rubble, a remarkable spirit of resilience and determination emerged. Nations came together to forge a path towards recovery. The Marshall Plan, initiated by the United States, provided much-needed economic aid to war-torn Europe, helping to rebuild infrastructure, revive industries, and restore hope. In Japan, a similar effort led to a period of rapid economic growth and transformation. But the process of rebuilding went beyond physical reconstruction. It involved healing the wounds of a fractured world, fostering reconciliation, and laying the foundations for a new era of international cooperation. The establishment of the United Nations marked a significant step towards this goal, as countries committed to working together to prevent future conflicts and promote peace. For the millions of individuals affected by the war, recovery was a deeply personal journey. Families reunited, communities rebuilt, and survivors shared their stories, ensuring that the lessons of the past would not be forgotten. The resilience of the human spirit shone through as people found ways to rebuild their lives, honor the memories of those lost, and strive for a better future. The aftermath of World War II was a period of profound transformation and renewal. It demonstrated the power of collective action, the importance of international solidarity, and the enduring capacity for hope and recovery in the face of unimaginable adversity. As we reflect on this period, we're reminded of the resilience and strength that can emerge from even the darkest of times, and the enduring potential for humanity to rebuild, recover, and thrive. Technological advancements and scientific progress also played a crucial role in the post-war recovery, driving innovation and helping to rebuild societies. The cultural revival that followed the war saw a renaissance in arts and literature as people sought to rebuild their cultural identities and express their experiences. Education reforms were implemented to rebuild and improve education systems, ensuring that future generations would be better equipped to face the challenges ahead. Global health initiatives and medical advancements were crucial in addressing the health crises that emerged in the aftermath of the war, helping to rebuild healthcare systems and improve public health. Efforts to restore and protect the environment also became a priority as nations worked to rebuild natural landscapes and address the ecological damage caused by the war. The spirit of global cooperation and the formation of international alliances were instrumental in rebuilding global relations and ensuring a more stable and peaceful world. As we reflect on this period, we are reminded of the resilience and strength that can emerge from even the darkest of times, and the enduring potential for humanity to rebuild, recover, and thrive. As the world emerged from the ashes of World War II, a new era of geopolitical unfold. The Cold War, a geopolitical struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union, cast a long shadow over the latter half of the 20th century. Unlike the open conflict of the previous world, it was characterized by an ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation, espionage, and ideological battles. The Iron Curtain descended across Europe, dividing East from West. The Berlin Wall became a potent symbol of ideologically separating families, friends, and nations. Proxy wars in Korea, Vietnam, and other regions around the globe became battlegrounds for the conflicting ideologies of capitalism. Space race, a competition for technological and ideological supremacy, saw humanity reach new heights with the launch of satellites and the historic moon landing. Yet beneath these achievements, the fear of mutually assured large, shaping the policies and psyche of nations. The Cuban Missile Crisis brought the world to the brink of nuclear war, a tense standoff that underscored the fragile balance of power. Diplomacy and political tools in this high-stakes game, with treaties like the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, SALT, and the eventual fall of the Berlin Wall signaling shifts in this protracted struggle. Despite the pervasive tension, also witnessed moments of human connection and the pursuit of peace. Cultural exchanges, diplomacy, and the shared human experiences of fear and hope played a role in bridging the ideological divide, albeit back on the Cold War, we see a period marked by both division and a relentless drive for progress. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of ideological extremism and the importance of dialogue and diplomacy. Peace. The lessons learned from this era continue to resonate, shaping our understanding of international relations and the pursuit of a more stable and unified world. The Cold War, its legacy endures, influencing the geopolitical landscape and reminding us of the delicate balance required to navigate an interconnected world. As we reflect on this chapter of history, we are reminded of the ability of humanity in the face of profound challenges and the ongoing quest for a future free from the shadows of division and conflict. The Cold War's end marked the beginning of a new chapter, and strive to learn from past mistakes and work towards a more cooperative global community. Today, the echoes of the Cold War remind us of the importance of unity, understanding, and the continuous effort to build a world for conflict. World War II may have ended, but its legacy endures, influencing the geopolitical landscape and reminding us of the delicate balance required to navigate an interconnected world. As we reflect on this chapter of history, we're reminded of the resilience and adaptability of humanity in the face of profound challenges and the ongoing quest for a future free from the shadows of division and conflict. Today, we face new global challenges: climate change, pandemics, the rise of artificial intelligence, and renewed geopolitical tensions. The lessons learned from World War II are more relevant than ever. The importance of diplomacy, the dangers of ideological extremism, and the need for international cooperation are key takeaways that continue to shape our world. In the current climate, where misinformation can spread rapidly and trust between nations can be fragile, the spirit of dialogue and mutual understanding becomes crucial. World War II taught us the catastrophic potential of unchecked rivalry and the value of building bridges rather than walls. As we strive to address these contemporary issues, we can draw inspiration from the moments of human connection and the pursuit of peace that emerged after World War II. Cultural exchanges, scientific collaborations, and grassroots movements remind us that, despite our differences, we share common hopes and fears. By learning from the past, we can better shape a future that prioritizes unity over division, cooperation over conflict, and understanding over misunderstanding. World War II's shadow may still loom, but it also casts a light on the path towards a more harmonious and sustainable world. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, let us remember the enduring lessons of World War II and strive to build a future where peace and progress are not just aspirations but realities. The echoes of World War II remind us that the pursuit of peace is a continuous journey, one that requires constant vigilance, empathy, and collaboration. As we move forward, let us honor the sacrifices of the past by working together to create a world where harmony and progress are within reach for all. As we stand on the precipice of a new era post-World War II, the lessons learned from the war resonate more profoundly than ever. Our world, now more interconnected and interdependent, faces unprecedented challenges that require collective action and foresight. From the perils of climate change to the complexities of artificial intelligence, the stakes have never been higher. The Cold War taught us the devastating impact of division and the immeasurable value of unity. These lessons guide us as we confront existential threats that transcend borders and ideologies. The path forward is fraught with uncertainty, but it is also illuminated by the progress we have made. Technological advancements, global cooperation, and a deeper understanding of our shared humanity offer us a roadmap to navigate the complexities of our time. In this new chapter, the spirit of diplomacy, the pursuit of scientific discovery, and the power of cultural exchange will be our guiding stars. We must build on the foundations laid during the post-war era, fostering dialogue and collaboration to address the crises that loom on the horizon. As we move forward, let us remember that the future is not predetermined. It is shaped by our actions, our choices, and our willingness to learn from history. The road ahead may be challenging, but it is also filled with potential for a more harmonious, sustainable, and prosperous world. Together, we can forge a future that honors the lessons of the past and embraces the promise of tomorrow. Let us walk this path with courage, wisdom, and a steadfast commitment to the ideals that unite us all. As we navigate this new era, let us be inspired by the resilience and determination of those who came before us. With innovative solutions and a commitment to global unity, we can overcome the challenges ahead. The future is bright, filled with endless possibilities for those who dare to dream and work towards a better world. Let us honor the past, embrace the present, and build a future that reflects the best of humanity. As the dust settled from the most devastating conflict in human history, the world stood at a crossroads. World War II had not only redrawn national borders, but also reshaped the geopolitical landscape in profound ways. The aftermath of the war saw the emergence of two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, each representing opposing ideologies and visions for the future. The devastation wrought by the war underscored the urgent need for a new framework for international cooperation. In 1945, representatives from 50 countries convened in San Francisco to create an organization dedicated to maintaining peace and security, the United Nations. The formation of the UN marked a significant milestone in global diplomacy, embodying the collective aspiration for a world where dialogue and cooperation would prevail over conflict. The United Nations Charter, signed on June 26, 1945, laid the foundation for this new international order. It established principles of sovereign equality, human rights, and the peaceful resolution of disputes. The creation of specialized agencies such as the World Health Organization and UNESCO further expanded the UN's mandate to address a wide range of global issues. However, the post-war period was also characterized by the onset of the Cold War, a protracted struggle for supremacy between the United States and the Soviet Union. This ideological battle permeated every aspect of international relations, leading to the formation of military alliances like NATO and the Warsaw Pact, and influencing conflicts around the globe. Despite these tensions, the United Nations played a crucial role in mediating disputes and fostering cooperation. From peacekeeping missions to humanitarian aid, the UN became a symbol of hope and a testament to the potential for collective action in the face of adversity. The legacy of World War II and the subsequent creation of the United Nations continue to shape our world today. The principles enshrined in the UN Charter remain as relevant as ever, guiding efforts to address contemporary challenges such as climate change, global health crises, and the pursuit of sustainable development. As we reflect on the aftermath of World War II, we are reminded of the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring quest for peace. The lessons learned from this tumultuous period underscore the importance of unity, dialogue, and cooperation in building a better future for all. In the shadow of past conflicts, the United Nations stands as a beacon of hope, a testament to our shared humanity and a reminder that, together, we can overcome the greatest challenges and forge a more just and peaceful world. The post-war reconstruction efforts in Europe and Japan also laid the groundwork for unprecedented economic growth and development. The Marshall Plan, an American initiative, provided crucial financial support to rebuild war-torn Europe, fostering stability and prosperity. These efforts not only restored infrastructure but also rekindled hope and a sense of normalcy for millions of people. Today, the rebuilt cities and thriving economies of Europe stand as a testament to the resilience and determination of the human spirit. The spirit of cooperation and unity that emerged from the ashes of World War II continues to inspire global efforts to address the challenges of our time. As we look to the future, the lessons of the past remind us that through unity, dialogue, and cooperation, we can build a better world for generations to come. While the aftermath of World War II brought about monumental changes in global politics and international relations, it also ushered in an era of unprecedented technological advancements. The war had acted as a catalyst, accelerating innovation and pushing the boundaries of human ingenuity. One of the most significant technological breakthroughs of the period was the development of radar. Initially used to detect enemy aircraft, radar technology quickly evolved and found applications in civilian life, revolutionizing air travel and weather forecasting. This innovation laid the groundwork for modern communication and surveillance systems, fundamentally altering the way we navigate and understand our world. Another transformative invention was the jet engine. The need for faster, more efficient aircraft during the war spurred the development of jet propulsion. Post-war, this technology revolutionized commercial aviation, shrinking the world and making global travel accessible to millions. The jet age not only transformed transportation, but also facilitated cultural exchange and economic globalization. The war also saw the birth of the computer age. The Colossus and ENIAC. Early electronic computers developed to break enemy codes and perform complex calculations, paved the way for the digital revolution. These pioneering machines were the precursors to the modern computers that now underpin virtually every aspect of our daily lives, from communication to commerce to entertainment. In the realm of medicine, World War II spurred significant advancements as well. The widespread use of penicillin to treat infections saved countless lives and marked the beginning of the antibiotic era. The The war also accelerated research in trauma care and surgical techniques, leading to improved medical practices that continue to benefit society today. The conflict also had a profound impact on the field of rocketry. The development of the V-2 rocket by Nazi Germany showcased the potential of rocket technology for both military and civilian applications. After the war, scientists from both the United States and the Soviet Union harnessed this knowledge, catalyzing the space race and ultimately leading to humanity's first steps on the moon. These technological advancements were not just byproducts of conflict, they were testaments to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit in times of adversity. The innovations born from World War II have had lasting impacts, shaping the modern world in ways that continue to evolve. As we reflect on the technological legacy of World War II, we are reminded that even in the darkest times, human ingenuity can light the way forward. The advancements made during this tumultuous period underscore the potential for progress and innovation, even amidst the most challenging circumstances. They serve as a reminder that, through adversity, we can achieve remarkable feats and build a better, more connected world. Communication technology also saw significant advancements during the war, with the development of mobile radios and other devices that laid the foundation for modern wireless communication. These innovations have evolved into the mobile phones and satellite communication systems that keep us connected across the globe today. The field of cryptography also advanced significantly, with code breakers developing techniques that would become the basis for modern encryption. Today, these advancements are crucial for securing our digital communications and protecting sensitive information. The legacy of World War II innovations is a testament to human resilience and the relentless pursuit of progress, even in the face of adversity. In the aftermath of World War II, the world was not only rebuilding its physical structures, but also experiencing a cultural renaissance. The cataclysmic events of the war left an indelible mark on art, literature and cinema, sparking a cultural revival that sought to make sense of the chaos and pave the way for a new era of expression. In the realm of art, the devastation and trauma of the war gave rise to movements such as abstract expressionism. Artists like Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko sought to convey the raw emotions and existential angst of a world grappling with unprecedented destruction. Their work, characterized by bold colors and dynamic forms, challenged traditional notions of beauty and representation, reflecting the fractured reality of the post-war world. Literature, too, underwent a profound transformation. Writers like George Orwell and Albert Camus explored themes of totalitarianism, existentialism, and the human condition in their works. Orwell's 1984 Inches and Camus' The Stranger became seminal texts, offering stark critiques of authoritarian regimes and probing the depths of human despair and resilience. These literary works provided a mirror to society, urging readers to confront the moral and ethical dilemmas of their time. Cinema emerged as a powerful medium for storytelling and reflection in the aftermath of the war. Filmmakers like Akira Kurosawa and Federico Fellini used their craft to explore the human experience in the shadow of conflict. Kurosawa's Rashomon delved into the nature of truth and perspective, while Fellini's La Dolce Vita captured the existential ennui of post-war Italy. These films, along with many others, pushed the boundaries of narrative and visual storytelling, leaving a lasting impact on global cinema. The cultural impact of World War II was not confined to the realms of high art and literature. Popular culture also saw significant shifts. Jazz and blues, genres deeply rooted in the African American experience, gained widespread popularity, symbolizing both the pain and resilience of marginalized communities. The fashion industry, too, evolved, with utilitarian designs giving way to the glamour and optimism of the 1950s. The war had shattered old paradigms and forced societies to re-evaluate their values and beliefs. This period of introspection and innovation led to a cultural renaissance that sought to understand and heal the wounds of the past while envisioning a brighter future. The art, literature, and cinema of the post-war era continue to resonate, reminding us of the enduring power of human creativity and expression. As we reflect on the cultural legacy of World War II, we are reminded that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, the human spirit finds ways to create, to communicate, and to connect. The cultural renaissance that emerged from the ruins of war serves as a testament to our collective resilience and our unyielding quest for meaning and beauty in a world forever changed. Music, too, played a crucial role in this cultural rebirth, with concerts and performances bringing communities together and offering solace and joy. This era of creativity and expression was not just about high art, but also about everyday people finding their voice and expressing their experiences through various forms of art. Educational reforms also took place, with a renewed focus on the arts and humanities, recognizing their importance in understanding and shaping the human experience. Community art projects flourished, bringing people together to create murals and public art that reflected their collective experiences and aspirations. International art exhibitions became platforms for cross-cultural exchange, fostering a global dialogue through the universal language of art. Museums and galleries became spaces of reflection and inspiration, where people could engage with art and find meaning in the post-war world. Cultural festivals celebrated the resilience and creativity of communities, offering a sense of hope and renewal. Literature workshops and storytelling sessions provided platforms for individuals to share their stories, fostering a sense of community and understanding. Theatre also played a significant role, with performances that addressed the complexities of the human condition and the impact of the war. Creative writing and poetry became outlets for personal expression, allowing individuals to process their experiences and emotions. Cultural exchanges and collaborations between artists and writers from different backgrounds enriched the global cultural landscape. This period of cultural renaissance was marked by a diversity of artistic expressions, each contributing to a richer, more nuanced understanding of the human experience. The cultural renaissance that emerged from the ruins of war serves as a testament to our collective resilience and our unyielding quest for meaning and beauty in a world forever changed. If you found this story compelling, like and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Until next time, remember, the past shapes our future.